Nearly fooled you then. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Agora Models, Build the Routemaster, pack 1 and stage 9 and 10 together tonight. So 9 and 10 together tonight. And yeah, I've got a double bill of a build for you tonight. And that's because the other night, when I was going live, we had a technical problem and I got one of the tires, one of the wheels and tires half built. And before I knew it, it ended the stream. So yeah, it's a double one tonight. And it's actually another one as well, because after this stream, about an hour after this stream, I'm going to do the Eddie Stobbart issue 6. So we've got that to do as well. So, but in the meantime, let's get on, shall we? So quick look at the chat before we go anywhere else. So a lovely lot of comments in here. So who's first? Oh, it's Welded Mike. Hi, Dave. Hi, Welded Mike. And thank you ever so much for your help recently. Very much appreciated. So, and yeah, exciting times ahead, eh? So we're nearly to the end of this pack 1. And so get to the end of this pack 1. I'll be filling up the official ROUTEMASTER build in the Agora Models site. So I'll be doing that this weekend. And so anybody building along with us should be able to see packs 1 to 10. Okay, so Welded Mike says, make sure you hit the like button for Dave tonight. Everyone, he does an outstanding job. Thank you very much for that, Mike. Yeah, well, we try, don't we? So, yeah, and we do try. So, Jay's channel says it's that time to get on board, and good luck with your build, Dave. And just for you and Mike, we've got everybody on board. Right, okay, because I know you like that. So, Warren James says hi. Hi, Warren. And then Welded Mike says, lovely tree there, Dave. Yeah, well, we actually had 2. We had one here and then one in the room. And what happened last year, we don't know, but we couldn't get the one in the room working properly. But for some unknown reason, we put it away. And then this year we've got it out again, and it doesn't work. So we're going to have to find another tree somewhere. Anyway, not to worry. So then we've got Dave Max Builds. Good evening, Dave. Good luck with your build. Hi, Dave Max. Thanks for joining. And then we've got Welded Mike saying, ooh, double whammy. Yeah, double whammy tonight. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Facebook user says, is the Agora version any different to the Harshette one? It's no different at all. It is the Harshette one. It's only built under license. It's built under license by Agora and by Harshette and Transport for London, because they own the licenses. So it is exactly the same bus as you would be doing with the with Harshette, is the Agora one. Okay, I hope that helps. So, and we'll be building it here live as well, and we'll be doing 9 and 10 here tonight of pack 1, but we'll be doing all the packs, and there might even be a surprise along the way as well. So anyway, let's carry on. So we've got White Glove Models. Hi, all. Hi, White Glove Models. Thanks for joining us. We've got Crafty Chris and says, hi, everyone. Hope you're all still warm and safe. And by gum, we've had our rating fixed. Goodness me. Yeah, thank goodness for that. So I'm absolutely, I'm hot. So come a bit later on in the night when I'm doing the Eddie Stobbart truck. I'll be just in a shirt, I think, because I'm sat next to this wonderful radiator, getting nice and warm. So yeah, we've got our heating fixed. Thank the Lord. Yes. So Welded Mike says, my pleasure. That's okay. Thank you, Mike. And we've got Welded Mike saying, hey, Chris. Yeah, she's here. She's right next to me and saying, yay. Smiley face. And Welded Mike saying, I believe the Agora one doesn't come with the figures. So Alex Bill told me. Okay, well, I'm not aware either way on that one, because I haven't got up to them figures yet. So, but as soon as I found out, I'll let you all know, and then we'll let you all know if there's going to be any outlet for actually finding the figures if you want them. Okay. So, well, the Mike says that, but not 100% sure on that. No, I'm not 100% sure on that, and that's why I've not said anything at the moment. But yeah, as soon as I know for sure, then I will let you all know. So Facebook user said, not sure why my ID was shown as Facebook user. It always does, Facebook user, from the Facebook groups that it's shared to. So don't worry about it. Just put who you are, and then write your message, or write your message and write who you are, and then I'll know who you are. Or it will go to the Facebook groups. One of the admin will check out for me. It's not a problem. So right, and Facebook user says, thanks, Dave. No, you're welcome. You're absolutely welcome. So, and then we've got Yorkshire Crafter saying, hi Dave, hi everyone. Hi Yorkshire Crafter, thanks for joining us, and yeah, hi to everyone else in the chat. And Yorkshire Crafter says, and Chris too. Yeah, she's just that. No, she's that away. She's that away. Yeah, StreamYard gets everything the other way around, doesn't it? So yeah, so I think that's it. I think we're at the end of the chat. Oh, we've got another bit of chat coming in. Come on, there we are. It's Facebook user said it's Robert Crosland, avid ROUTEMASTer fan and builder. Yeah, well, hi Robert, thanks for joining us. Yeah, and yeah, we're starting from issue 1 again, as you know, and we're going right through to the end with this build with Agora. And this will be the unmodded ROUTEMASTer, but I will be telling you little bits about modding on the way through. And you can choose whether you do the mods or you don't. But there will be a second build, all being well, and not very far off too. A second build, and that second build will be modded. So yeah, looking forward to it. And obviously then we'll be showing you hints and tips on what to do. And obviously we'll be inviting guests as well. And them guests will be either showing you what to do with their mods, what they've done, or telling you where to get them from. So yeah, there's a lot to be included in this build, a whole lot. Right, so, and then we've got Welded Mike says, hello Yorkshire Crafter, welcome. Yeah, thank you for that, Mike. Right, and Welded Mike says, come on. He says, we'll need a garage, Dave, 5 buses on the go. Yeah. Yeah, certainly. Well, we did have a spare bedroom, but we haven't now. But I think I'll be moving into the garage. I don't know before much longer. So anyway, we'll get to that subject a bit later on. Okay, let's build. Let's get on if we can. So yeah, we're doing stages 9 and 10. We're going to be doing stage 9 first. And I'm going to be showing you bits and pieces of what we're going to do. And then what we're going to do is, oh goodness me, come on, yeah, we're going to do, I don't know whether you can see that on the screen or not, but that's all the instructions going up and down. I've got to try and find where we are. So let me bring that off the screen a second. And then yeah, because we've done all these bits and pieces on here, we've done step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, we've done all of them, and we're doing 8, and we've done, and we're up to issue 9, aren't we? So yeah, stage 9, which isn't so far away now. Stage 9 is the second brake disc. There's the first one, and there's the first wheel, and there is the second brake disc. Yes. Okay, so it's there. I don't know whether you can see it or not at the moment, but that's where it is. So let's go back there. Come on. It's gonna play up on me now. Come on. It don't want to play. There we go. So right, I'm going to move cameras, and then we'll get building. Yeah, I'm still new to this sort of thing, but there we go. Right. Okay, I've got some lovely green mat on today. Yeah, I'm thinking about using this for my Spitfire base. Even, and just sprinkling maybe some grass over it. I don't know. I quite like it. It's felt, and we got a meter of it today just to try and see what it's like on the screen and everything. So right, let's have a look at these parts then for sorry, I keep calling it issue. It's stage 9, and we get all these bits and pieces in stage 9. And let's tip them out then and see what we get, shall we? So very carefully tip them out. and then we'll be having a look. Put the plastic over there for recycling. Pardon?
A bit fuzzy.
A bit fuzzy. What's that like now? Is it okay? Yeah, it's okay on my screen, so
That's better.
that's better, is it? Okay, right. So it'll be because my hands are moving across the camera screen so quickly. So with this, this is exactly the same as what we did in the last brake disc, and we have exactly the same parts, except that some of them are the opposite direction. Okay. So what have we got here then? We've got the brake disc, and that's that there, the brake disc. Okay, and that's metal. So yeah, nice chunky bit of metal. And then we've got, I'll just move that up there. There we are. And then we've got 9B, which is the lower hinge joint. And I do believe it's that one there. So I'm just going to bring this camera down a little bit, I think. Getting more in shot then, can't we? So that's that one there with the two widgets on. Okay. And then we've got 9C, which is the upper hinge joint, and that's that one there. Okay, so we'll put that in there. And then we've got 9D, which is the steering arm, and the 9D is the steering. It's that like half moon little bit there. Okay, and that's plastic, whereas the other bits are metal. And then we've got 9E, which is the little bracket, which is that one there, little S-shaped bracket. Okay, and that's in plastic too. 9F, which is the brake lever. Okay, the brake lever has got fine detail on it as well. It's got a fine pin on it. Okay, so that's 9F. And then we've got 9G, which is the brake cylinder. Okay, and the brake cylinder, if you remember from the last issue, slots in the end there. Difficult to see with this camera because it's all over the place tonight. Might even move my light a little bit. So yeah, just shout at me if you can't see anything, and we'll try and. I've got a fly buzzing around as well. Christmas fly. Yeah, it's supposed to be looking, isn't it? So right, and then we've got 9H, which is the return spring. I think you can see it on there already. Very tiny return spring. I'll put that side. And then we've got 3 lots of screws. So we've got DP screws times 2. So there's the DP screws. I've got to bring my screw pot. I'll just put it there, and then you know that I'm using a screw pot. I'm also going to be using some oil as well on the screws that go into metal. So let's get them in there. Two DP screws. And take the label off as well. DP. Okay, and then we're using FM screws. Yeah, the famous ROUTEMASTER FM screws. Okay, I'm just checking that this broadcast is still going ahead. Yeah, don't know why it's been a bit strange tonight. It's still going ahead. Right, so FM screws, and they're going the second pot along. In the third pot along I have here is some oil, 3-in-1 oil. So I'll put this in the higher one, and this is CM screws, and there is 7 7 CM screws. There's 5 FM screws. Getting tongue-tied tonight. Yeah, I suppose that's because I haven't been streaming for I didn't stream like I wanted to yesterday, and that was because we was thoroughly busy yesterday, and we just did not have the time to stream at all. So you'll have to forgive me for that, but I wanted to get this issue 9 and 10 done if possible tonight. So there is of course what we did last time, is your suspension unit and the brake disc behind there for that side and that wheel. Okay, which is all nicely tightened up and everything. Okay, and your axle and your suspension units. And tonight's issue, we're going to be putting on the brake disc on this side and the wheel, and everything else that goes with it to make a more or less complete axle. Yeah, apart from the steering, which I do believe is coming in pack 2. Shh, don't tell anybody. Right, so let's go then. Let's have a look at the instructions and see where we go. Okay, so as before, on the instructions, I'm reading from the Harsher instructions, which we got in paper form. But if you want to build along with me, go along to the Agora website, to the download center, and in the download center is all the instructions for the ROUTEMASTER, every single one of them. Yeah, so and then you can obviously download them onto a tablet or onto a computer, or even print them out, and they'll obviously help you with the build. And of course, we do offer a help service as well. So if you get stuck with your build, I can direct you to certain people or certain places that might be able to help with your build, especially if you're not sure of what to do. I had a few questions during the week about electrics, and of course, what I've tried to do is direct the people to the right places, because we do run a Facebook group as well. So we like to help one another in the Facebook group if we possibly can. So yeah, we'll be directing you to places like that, Facebook groups or websites, or even personal people that's willing to help with your build if you get stuck. And yeah, so what can we say fairer than that, really, guys? Right, so step 1 then. Take the brake disc 9A and check the screw sockets and the indents on the side without the spindle. Take the steering arm 9D and fix it to the corresponding holes in the disc circled using 2 cm screws. Take the disc bracket and check that you have it the right way around, and fit the peg on the socket and into the brake disc circled inset, and with a CM screw. So there's like 2 instructions in one there, really. So this is the brake disc, and I'm just going to ask you if you can see all right, or is it a little bit dark, too light, just right, or yeah, you tell me how we are. So we've got this one, and we've got to put this in with 2 CM screws. Okay, so first of all, get it in the right orientation, and the orientation which is in the magazine. I've got that fly buzzing round. Where's that from? It's like a little fruit fly. Is that what they call a Christmas fly? Is that lucky? I don't know. I don't know whether it's lucky or not. It won't be lucky if no, it won't be lucky if I get it neither. The Christmas fly was the unluckiest fly going. Right, so what I've noticed with this already is that this seems to be the opposite way around. Yeah, it does. So I'm just gonna gently put this on here and see if it actually levels up with something, because I don't think it actually does. I think it actually goes that way, like that. Yeah, it goes that way. So yeah, I couldn't get the orientation right somehow. Right, so there, that is attached to there with 2 CM screws. So M means it's going into metal. Give me a proper screwdriver on it. And I'll put a little bit of oil on the end of them. But these holes might want widening out a little bit, because I have noticed that they're not as good as they really should be. So I've got a little round file, and I'm just going to twizzle the holes a little bit and see if I can get it to just take that little bit of paint out. Yeah, I think that's okay. Right, okay. So all being well, we can get that to pop on there. Fingers and thumbs. I think it's me. I was telling somebody earlier that I was just having my tea actually, and was a little bit late on tea. And we had fish and chips for our tea tonight. So homemade ones. And that's because we can't really afford to go buying fish and chips every so often. So we said, right, we'll make it as best we can. So yeah, it was actually quite nice. So there's one CM, and another CM is going to go in there, and then okay, and then I'm going to put that in there if I can. There we are. So okay, yeah. So what's everybody been up to today? Friday. It's if you're working, is it the last day of the week, or are you working the weekend? Or hope you've had a good week, everyone, and hope you have a good weekend as well. Because we don't wish anybody any ills whatsoever. So let's hope you have a good weekend. Right, so that's stage 1 of 1 done. Stage 1 of 2 done is going to be the little bracket there, and that's got to go in the right orientation too with a CM screw. So it's interesting what they've done with these instructions, because on the other one, on the last one we'd built of these were 2 separate instructions, and today these are 1 instruction. So that goes with that side and does the little bracket. Okay, that's my internet. Okay, it's all right, I think. Yeah, still going. So I have to check it because as I said, I was doing a stream the other night, and I was talking away to the computer like I'm doing now, and you guys, and just glanced up at the computer and noticed that the stream had ended. So there I was talking to myself, and it turned out it wasn't even streaming at all. So, but I've had some interaction off you guys, so I know that it is actually streaming. So right, so step 3 then. Step 3 is we've got to take the brake cylinder and the brake lever and fit the flat arm lever into the slot in the cylinder as shown. So there is the cylinder and lever. So we've got to get it the right orientation, and the right orientation is that way, and then that away, and that slots over there just like that. If you can see that, yeah, it just slots over that lever in that direction. Okay, for this issue, and then that goes onto excuse me, onto here. So I'm going to place it where it should go. Okay, and then you'll notice that the little bit here that's sticking out goes into that hole there on the plastic bracket that we've just put in. So if I can do it without shaking, don't know why I'm shaking. Maybe I want a slurp of my tea or something, because I'm a tea-holic. Yeah, unfortunately. So yeah, can't get me off the stuff. So I love a cup of tea. Yeah, and I'm on Rington's Gold tea at the moment because it's absolutely wonderful. So it's really strong and flavoursome. It's Kenyan Gold, I believe it is. So that pops into there. That pops into there when it does, and then that pops into the 2 locating tabs on there. And then we have to secure it in with. Let's have a look. We have to secure it in with 2 CM screws. So there'll be 1 screw there and 1 screw there, and that's because a bit later on the upper holes in there will be holding the spring. Okay, so 1 below and then that one on that piece. So 2 CM screws, and again a bit of oil because they're going into metal. So I'll have that bracket in first. Okay, and I'll just make sure that the other one's in as well. That one in second. Okay, you all right? Mm-hmm. Oops, come on. There we go. So I'm hoping that you can see all right and everything, and I will come back to the chat in a bit. It's just that I want to get some building done if I can. So I hope you understand that, guys. Right. So let's have a look at the chat, shall we, while we're looking at that. So let's have a look at the chat. Where did we get to? Goodness me. So yeah, that's brilliant. Robert Crossland. Okay, so I think we're there. So Welder Mike says you'll get there, Dave. The more you do it, the more you get used to it. Yeah. Yeah, I think I've got to experiment more with the YouTube and all the bits and pieces that we do. But yeah, I'm enjoying it actually. So yeah, and you're doing good job, sir. Oh, thank you very much for that, Mike. Yeah, that's appreciated. Dano's Universe. Hi, Dano's Universe. He said hello, everyone. Just gonna have a slurp of my tea. And what mug have I got today? Yes, of course, I've got the ROUTEMASTER one. Oh, wonderful. Right. So, and then Welder Mike says, nice and clear now, Dave. Thank you. Oh, brilliant. And then Welder Mike says, and transfers too, Dave. Yeah. We've got to remember about that, the transfers. Yeah. Because as a few of you know, me and Christine, we actually painted 2 of our buses, and we got specialist transfers and everything for them. And then a bit further along the build, we actually got some specialist adverts for them as well. Adverts that go along the sides of the bus and the front of the bus and the rear of the bus. And so a bit later on, I'm going to be telling you where to get them from. And it's a lovely guy called pk1, and he has got an enormous amount of adverts and stickers for your buses. All the original ones, you know, the pipe smoking tobacco ones, and the Pan Am Airways ones, and the Red Rover and the Green Rover ones, and he's got an absolute stack. But I will be telling you about them a bit later on, and I will be showing you some of his wonderful work as well. So yeah, let's not forget that. So, and then we've got Welder Mike says, what screwdriver do you use? The green one? Is it a PH? Yeah, this is like a set, Mike. I've got 3. I haven't got this small one out actually, but I've got the PH00 wearer, I've got the PH0 wearer, and somewhere I've got the 000 wearer. So I've got a set of 3. And yeah, the PH0 ones, PH00 and PH00, yeah, so 000, yeah. And then I've got the Hachette ones as well, which are now the Agora ones. So that's the Agora ones that come with the build. And I have got a Aurea somewhere, but I don't use it as much now. So then Welder Mike says, laughing out loud, I had that yesterday after making gingerbread house. Yeah, I've got to watch that yet. I saw that you made a gingerbread house. So Max Mods, good evening, everybody. Currently snipping Bismarck instructions. I have 24 issues to do. Wowza, brill. Snipping. That means you're copying, yeah, copying instructions down to do a build mark. Yeah, brill. Fabulous. So yeah, that's going to come along very quickly. Is that if you've got 24 issues to do? Wow. So then Chris says, hiya, Yorkshire Crafter. And then we've got Dave Matt Bill says, I got a roll of modeling artificial grass from a Spitfire base, but didn't have enough. So I went back on Amazon to get some more, and there's none in stock. Okay. Didn't know what I'm going to do now. Okay. Well, this actually, this is felt, and it's from a shop called Boys's. Which is like I think they started in Hull, Boys. It's like a general hobbyist store and what have you. So yeah, I do think you can get it from other stores as well. But yeah, boys, it's just a fabric material that looks like grass. But yeah, I was thinking that it's a bit plain for maybe the Spitfire base. But anyway, we'll see how it goes. Right. So, oh, come on, more comments. Lovely. So, looking fantastically awesome. Thank you very much. Can I say that word? Fantastic. Awesome. Yeah. Jay's channel says, just trying to sort the laptop Windows 11, constantly updating. Laughing out loud. Hi Jay. Yeah, it's pain. You're having a job and a half with it, aren't you? So, and then Welder Mike says, thought you was going to say Yorkshire. Yeah, Yorkshire tea. Glad not. No, not Yorkshire tea. No. No, it's good old Rington's tea. It's lovely. So, and then Mike says, lovely, thanks Dave, appreciate you. No, thank you. So, and then Mike says appreciate it. No, that's fine, Mike. Yeah, thank you. No, thank you all for commenting. Right, let's crack on. So let's get on a bit now. Yeah, right. Okay, so what we're going to do now then, we've put that in. So it's step 4, we've done that. Step 5 is the little spring. Step 5 is the little spring. Let's have a look then. So position the return spring 9H against the 2 large holes on the top parts of 9G and secure the return spring using a CM screw on the left and a DP screw on the right. Ensure that you have the spring the right way around so that the body of the spring is close to the brake disc. Now what that means is that this spring, and you might not be able to tell on here, then again you might if I put it against my finger, it's if you turn it that way, if you can see, the leg is facing down. But if I spin it, the leg is facing up. So, yeah. And what it means is that the main of the spring wants to be as close to the brake disc as possible. Okay. And then we secure it in with a DP screw and a CM screw. Okay, what have we done with my screwdrivers? Yeah. Okay, so a DP screw will be the smallest one, I would have thought. So the DP screw goes in the left-hand side. Okay, let's see if I can get this in nicely without it falling all over the place. Can I do it the first go? I don't know. Nobody say anything. Nobody breathe. It's going in there carefully. It's actually a little bit further away from there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a screwdriver behind there just to support it a little bit. So it's actually bending that bit of plastic in. So let's get that in nicely with the DP screw. Okay, I won't fasten it all the way in because I need to move that spring to get it lined up for the next one. Right, so and then we need a CM screw on the other side. So CM screw in my pot, yeah. And is that going into metal? Yes, it is. So let's get a bit of oil on it. CM for metal, P for plastic. Okay. Let's see if we can get this one in as good as well. Oh, yes, it just popped in there. Lovely. So try and get the spring square if you can. And then fasten away. And then just check them all while you're there, because I think that's the last we're doing to the back of this. So while we've got them nicely in there, we can check that they're all nice and tight. And the spring, as you can see, is more or less flat to the back of the brake, like that, so that it's out the way. Okay. Oops, the dog's going by me. It might sound as though there's somebody here, I'm not sure. I thought I had a car actually. Anyway, not to worry. Right, so we've got on to step 6 now, and step 6 is take the suspension arm assembled in issue 5 and 6 and check that you have the right way around. And as shown, take the lower hinge joint 9B and fit it into one end of the twin axle link, fitting into the suspension arm in issue 5. So before we go any further, let's get this over. Okay, so this is the lower part and this is the higher part. So, and what we've got to do is find out which one of these, the 9B goes underneath and the 9C goes on top. Okay, so let's have the 9B first on top, and that goes into there like that. And you'll have a little cutout on this that will be facing this way, I do believe. So let me just check that against that. Yes, yeah, it goes that way. Yeah, okay. So that little cutout notch is just this side. Yeah, very difficult to see in this light. Okay, so I'm going to pop that down for a second, and then I'm going to get a screw in there. So, and what screw do we need? We need a FM screw. Yeah. FM screw. Was there anybody there?
No.
No. Somebody turning around?
No.
Okay. Right. So, FM screw in there. Bit of oil on it, and pop in, and then screw that in there. Okay. And it needs to turn as well. Okay. Like that. Okay, so and then we need to do the bottom one, and the bottom one is this last one here, the 9B, and that will only go one way as well. And so you need the big hole to the top and the little peg to the bottom, according to the instructions. And let's just check that with this. So we need it that way, and the little peg is at the bottom, and the big hole is at the top. So that doesn't go that way around. It goes the other way around. It did look like that in the magazine, though, I can tell you. Be very careful which way it goes. So yeah, if I can make a mistake, then you can as well. So be very careful. Always check. So yeah, we've got the little peg at the top and the big peg at the bottom. And in the one at the bottom there, we've got the keyway to that side, which is right on that one at the bottom. So we can now go ahead and put an FM screw in here and tighten it up nicely as well. So FM screw, bit of oil into there, and hold it while you get it in there nicely. Yeah, I've just seen your comment, mate. Goodbye, Willow. Yeah, he's a good lad. Yeah, it's he lets us know if there's anybody around. And I wouldn't like to be the wrong side of him, I can tell you. So, yeah. Yeah, he's a good lad. Right. So, and then we take the brake disc and you attach the brake disc assembly to the suspension arm, fitting it to the pegs and joints in the holes in the disc circled. And you'll be using 2 FM screws, which go through the holes in the center of the disc and hinge joints. Okay, so we're nearly there, guys, thank goodness. And yeah, so obviously there's 2 holes here, and if you've got the pins and the holes exactly right and the cutout exactly right, then this should just slot on to there. Okay, and you'll see, if you're clever, if you can see that far down, you'll see that it sits nicely on the end there, a snug fit. So turn it over, and then it's just a case of popping 2 screws in, one there and one there, and that's the FM screw. So let's go ahead and do that. So I'll get an FM screw on the screwdriver, and I might be too close to the camera here, so it might go a bit fuzzy for a little while. So FM screw, bit of oil, so, and into there. And if it's lined up correctly, then it should go. Now, I'm not going to force it all the way in because I want to get the other one lined up properly. So the second FM screw, bit of oil, and then it should go in there nicely. So yeah, I'm going to be out of focus a bit and off the camera, but I'm trying to get it as close as what I can to show you where things are going and roughly how long it's going to take as well. So we did a little poll about sorting screws out on this ROUTEMASTER, and there was quite a few people that didn't want to see it built you know, in real time, and quite a few people wanted to just watch it quickly, sort of thing, and say, well, there we are, there's one screw, but I've put another 20 in. And yeah, you can understand that, because sometimes it is a bit boring just watching somebody pop 20 30 screws in, but hey, you know, we're here for the long run. So, and I want to show you how long it's going to take. So that is stage 9 done. So yeah, stage 9 done, and it will look, let me take you to the picture that I've got, and that will look like that in the picture. I'm sorry about the shining. So yeah, which it does, doesn't it? So yeah, thank goodness for that. It does look like that. Right, so that's stage 9 done. Stage 10 is coming along right now. So I'm just going, what I'm going to do is just take a quick picture of this, so I can get it marked down as done and finished. So hopefully I won't be too long, and then I might come and have a look at the chat. So yeah, technology, eh? Where would we be without technology? Let's have a quick look, shall we? So stage 9 done. Okay, move it that way a little bit. Okay, and then I can edit it later. Super duper. Right, so that's stage 9 done. We're nearly there. Stage 10 then. What's in stage 10? Well, we do get the second wheel. Yeah, the second front wheel comes along in its pack, and I've got to explain to you that the other night I did a stream, and whilst I was doing the stream, the computer went off, as I said. But whilst I was doing that, when I found out that the computer had gone off, I'd actually already made a wheel, so a wheel and tire. So unfortunately, you're not going to see me put a tire on a wheel. But if you skip back a couple of issues, a couple of stages, you'll see me making a wheel, which is actually this one. No, it's this one. So anyway, let's go through the stages of putting that on. So the idea is that you would get a wheel, and then you're told to put the tire on. So okay, you need to put the tire in some hot water, or you need to get a hairdryer and heat the tire up. It's like a really hard rubber. Okay, once you've heated this tire up for a few minutes in some hot water, make sure you dry the inside of the tire out, and then force the rim onto it with your fingers and thumbs, and keep turning it around so that it gets it nice and evenly across the beads on the front and the back. Okay, so once it's on, squeeze it, you know, make sure that it's nice and tight, make sure that it's all even, all these are all even all the way around, all them rims, and then it'll be properly in place. Okay, so obviously be careful with hot water and with a hairdryer. You know, don't heat it up too much that it's going to melt, because at the end of the day it's only plastic rubber. So these wheels represent, I think I've told you before, Leyland rims. And even though it's an AEC bus, it's made to a Leyland pattern. So they were patented under Leyland with these rims. And the tire size that's on this model is down as 900 by 20, and 900 by 20 is the proper size for a ROUTEMASTER tire. So, and a little mod I was telling you about before, and that is the tread. If you want to make your tread look a bit sort of used, just get some very fine sandpaper and just rub it that way where the tread's going across it a few times, and what you'll find is that it'll just slightly grey it off a little bit, and that will make it look as though it's just run on the road a little bit. But if you want a brand new bus that's not been on the road at all, I suggest you leave it as it is, because they look rather super, don't they, with the tread included? Yeah. Okay, right. So what we need is now is some more bits, and the rest of the bits are tire and hub, which we've got. And we want the logo. Well, that's all in this bag here. So hopefully I'll tip these out. If they'll come out the bag. Come on out the bag. Yeah, they don't want to go. There we are. So right, we've got all the bits now that we need. So we've got the logo, which is the AEC logo, the famous AEC badge. Yeah, super it is as well. I don't know whether my camera will, I don't think my camera's going to work that small, but yeah, it's an AEC badge. So that's the logo, and then we've got the hub, the nut guard, which is that. Okay, and these nut guards, even though they're painted the colour red, I think it's cardinal red or something like that. Geordie Dave knows the exact colour. These nut guards are, there was chromed around the outside edge, especially if the garage wanted them chromed nicely for showing off their vehicles. So each individual garage, some of them just had them painted, some of them had them chromed. So yeah, and personal choice, I think they look better when they're chromed. So it's entirely up to you. But a nice one of them chrome pens does that. You know, you get off the internet. Yeah, but that's entirely up to you. So then we've got a washer, which is there, and we've got the hub cover, which is there, and then we've got two lots of screws. Okay, we've got IM screws, and there's two of them. So I'll undo them and put them in my screw pot. Come on, IM screw. There we are. Put them in there. And then for the first time ever, oh, that's strange, isn't it? I've just noticed we've got two lots of IM screws. We've actually got some screws missing. Oh, right. Okay. That is strange. That is very strange. Okay. So you should have, guys, you should have some JM screws times 4. And the JM screws are the little red ones. Where's my screw pot gone? There it is. Let's have a look. See if I've got any in this screw pot. Oh, I've got some JPs. No, I don't think we've got any JMs. No, we haven't. Spare, but I have one spare, I do believe, from the other day. So I have actually got some spare screws, but not here. They're upstairs. They're elsewhere. So what I'm going to do is try and find the proper screw. So that's a valuable lesson that we should all learn, and that is to check your parts before you actually go building. Okay, so I'm going to try and show you this screw. This is a red screw, and this is a JM screw, and they are very, very tiny, but they are red. And these screws fix the nut protector to the wheel via them 3 holes there. So you're going to need 3 of them at least. So check when you open your packs that you have all the correct screws. But for now, I'll pop this screw on the wheel because I have some more somewhere, and I'll pop them on after the stream. So there we are. So we've got 2 lots of IM screws, which are obviously bigger and no good for this build because we don't like 4 lots of IM screws. So what's the instructions tell us to do then with the wheel? The instructions tell us to put the tire on the wheel, and then the instructions tell us to put the wheel on the axle. Okay, and we put the wheel on the axle by just popping it over there like that. And then we use the washer, and we'll put the washer on there. So the washer's in the center of the wheel there. And then we take just take that little red screw off there. And then we take one of the IM screws, the big ones, put a drop of oil on it. And what I'm doing is just scraping the bottom of the screw across some oil in my pot. And then I'm going to pop that in there when it doesn't stick to the magnetizer. Magnetizer must be good. I'm going to pop that in there and get the screw right in the center if I can. So I can get it to grip into the center. Okay, so that's nicely in there now. I think I'll just go a little bit further with it. Yeah, I think it's going in there. Okay, and then I'm going to see about putting the center on, just so you guys can see. So turn the magazine over and go to step 3, and that's putting the ring nut guard on. So we line that up over the 3 holes, and then we would put a screw on there. Come on, screw. Little tiny weeny screws they are, very tiny. So I've got the biggest screwdriver in the world, which isn't good, is it? So let's get the little Agora screwdriver. Let's see if I can get this on. Just to show you guys where it goes. Oh, I've got no oil on it. Come on. Technical difficulties, we have loads of them, don't we? No. So, yeah, I seem to remember a little problem like this with Hachette, that quite a few people had screw issues where there was missing a few. And who can blame them, really, because these screws are very, very, very tiny. They really are. Right, so let's carry on with this then, and we'll get to the hubcap. And the hubcap here is in plastic, and it obviously goes into the very center there where the screw is. And if you need to tighten this center screw up again, you just pop these plastic hubcaps off, but they are a push fit connection. So although the nut ring is loose, because obviously I need to put another 2 screws in there, the hubcap is in there securely. It's just a push fit connection. And then the same with the little AEC badge. That's just a push fit connection into the center. So pop it around the center, and there we go. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is step 10 of pack 1, finished, done, understood. So you've got your wheel, your 2 wheels, your suspension, and your steering, because obviously it'll steer now. So not in unison though, because there's nothing to stop it from going one side and the other side. So, but there will be in pack 2. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed that as much as I have. I am sorry that we're lacking in 2 little screws, but I have got some somewhere, and I will be on to Agora and see if they can check out everybody else's packs as well. It's just that I may have just not got them at all, so it's quite possible they weren't put in the packets, wasn't it? So there we go. Right, okay, so I am going to come back on camera, and then we're going to come and have a chat with you all. So that's if I can get my camera to work again. Come on. There we go. Right. Okay. So goodness me, there's a lot in the chat again, isn't there? So yeah. Thank you for that. So Mike says, well done, Mike says, I got hot chocolates from Ringtons. Yeah, it's not bad in that, the hot chocolate. And Mike says, goodbye, Willow. Yes, he is. And Model Making Trucker says, hello all. Hello, Model Making Trucker. And yeah, Model Making Trucker is part of a group called the Saturday Night Crash, and they're always on the Saturday night about 8 o'clock on the Saturday Night Crash channel. So yeah, and there's lots of things happening on there. Lots of military builds, plastic model builds, and even some part works. There's all sorts on there. Very well worth looking at if you're into modeling, definitely. So Jordy Dave says, nice, Dave. So thank you for that, Jordy Dave. So, and Wells Mike says, how's the snow in Yorkshire, Dave? Well, it's just about gone, thank goodness. Yeah, woke up this morning and there wasn't much around at all, so I'm very pleased about that. So Hayden Dale says that my dad owns one in real life. Well, a ROUTEMASTER. Wow. Which one is it, Hayden? And yeah, I'd like to see a picture of that as well. So yes, they look great in chrome. Yeah, they certainly do look great in chrome, without a shadow of a doubt. So, and then Hayden Dale says this model is very expensive to build. It's in the region of £700 to £1,300. So well done for your TLC. Yeah, it's expensive, but it's going to take you 2.5 years to build it. So there's all that time involved, and there's the pleasure that you gain out of it, and the pleasure that other people get out of seeing it as well. Because once somebody sees this model in 1/12 scale, they just go, wow, I've never seen anything like that before in my life. Wow, that's brilliant. You know, superb is that. No problem at all. Yeah, it's fabulous. So Dave Matt Bill says, nice work, Dave. It's looking great. Thank you very much. And Weldon Mike says, well done, Dave, sir. You've done a fantastic job. Thank you. And Joddy Dave says, purple red silk 331 Aqua Revel. So is that the paint on the wheels then, Dave? Purple red silk. So it's 331 Aqua Revel. Okay, thank you for that, Dave. Much appreciated. Hayden Dale says RM 2037 with a Leyland engine. It's lovely. Oh, and now then, you've just it just made my day. So the Leyland engine. Okay, so it'll have the 0600 engine. Is that correct, Hayden? Yeah, the Leyland 0600 engine. Superb engine, lovely. Yeah, I actually passed my PSV test in a Leyland PD2 that had a Leyland 0600 engine in it, and I was learning in another one, and I passed in another Leyland PD2, and it was superb. Being a bus enthusiast pretty much all my life, and so I you know, passing my PSV test was just, it was superb. It really was. So Model Making Trucker says, thank you for the shout out. No, you're welcome. You're welcome, Lewis. It's not a problem. Anytime. So, right, I think that's the end of this chat. And I'm going to have to quickly go now because I have got another stream in about half an hour or so. So, yeah, got another stream. I'm doing the Eddie Stobbart issue 6. So I need to be on my toes, I think. So I'm going to say thank you very much for joining me, and thank you for all the nice comments. And what I'm going to say is, if you're interested in buying this model at all, then, you know, contact the lovely people at Agora Models here, and it's running around the ticker tape. agoramodels.com. And they don't just do this model, but they do lots and lots of other models, which are superb. Build up models as well, you know. So yeah, and it's very well worthwhile looking into. So Model Making Trucker says, not done much modeling this week. Been busy with work. Been a stressful week. Top it off, I'm having an accident today on my way home in truck. Oh my dear days. Hope everything's okay with that, Lewis. I really do. So, and then Hayden Dale says, yes, an 0600 ex-Southampton City bus, ex-Reading Main Line. I'm a fellow bus enthusiast. Well, yeah, good to see you, fellow bus enthusiast. So yeah, we've had all sorts. We've had a Bristol FLF low decker, which was an ex-Bristol omnibus. We've had a Bristol SUL 4A, which was ex-Western National. We've had a Leyland PD2, which was ex-Warrington. Oh, we've had all sorts. Yeah, I could be here all day telling you what we've had. And I recently got reunited with one that we had that was quite special to us. We had a Bridgemaster ex-Grimsby Cleethorpes Transport Bridgemaster open topper NJV 995, and we went to a local trolleybus museum, saw it there, and it's changed ownership, and the new owner wants to bring it round to our house and let me have a drive one day, so that's very kind of him. So yeah, but you'll see that probably on my Facebook page when it comes up. So right, okay. Well, Making Trucker says, brilliant show, Dave. Thank you very much. Welder Mike says, see you for the Eddie, Dave. Thank you. And Jody Dave says, thumbs up, everyone. Thank you. And Model Making Trucker says, just stuck my thumbs up, Dave. Okay, thank you. Thank you ever so much. All right, okay. I'm going to leave you in the normal way. And I'm going to catch you again for the Eddie Stobbard build, but watch out for pack 2 now of the build the ROUTEMASTER. Should be coming shortly, all being well, and yeah, we'll see you all shortly. So good night from me, take care, God bless, and see you again sometime. Bye bye.